Okay, so I'm back and I've had a little bit of a break for the Euros. I hope you've enjoyed the Euros. Obviously, if you're an England fan like me, it's probably absolutely gutting the Euros. Obviously, seeing we've got the Spanish and English flags up there for the final. I think that was a brilliant Euros. I don't know about you, just the tournament in general. I think it was really good. England, obviously, absolute gutting that we couldn't do it in the end, but we're going to go through everything because that's the title. I'm back. What's happened? What's been going on in football from this little break? We're back now for this season. It's going to be so good. We've got some really good things lined up as well. But the Euros, amazing tournament. Watched basically every single minute of it. You know, I always had it on the TV, just at least in the background of things. I think it was really good. There was a couple of really exciting games there. This tournament started out with lots of goals, at least 2 goals, and then obviously England came along with that 1-0. Some really good games. I think the Turkey-Georgia stood out for me in the group stage. That was a brilliant game. I think teams like Austria, even Romania, did really well for what they were maybe predicted to do. And overall, Spain deserved to win the tournament. Like, England somehow, we'll talk about their tournament in a little bit, after we've talked about, obviously, Southgate leaving. That's a massive thing. But England managed to defy football odds with basically playing not some of the worst football, obviously, but the most defensive, passing back, there's no attacking, no creativity, it looked like. Managing to win games. We got that penalty shootout against Switzerland, which penalty shootouts now going in England's favour. Obviously, apart from the Italian one last Euros tournament. But I think we're confident on penalties now, which is good because that was one of our weaknesses. That's something that we've come out of this Euros positive about. I don't think, apart from maybe the style of football we were playing, that there's much negativity around this tournament, like England going out. But no, Spain, I believe, deserved to win it. I think Germany did a really good job, and if Germany were to go on and then beat France and then England in the final, I think they would deserve to win it as well, because obviously the hosts of the tournament, they played some brilliant football in the group stage. But Spain's run as well, having a group with Croatia and Italy, getting through that, then playing Austria, who, as I said, are just a really good team in general. Watching them play is exciting, a lot more exciting than England was to watch. And then beating Germany, the hosts, who were, I think, favourites to win. Germany were a fantastic team in the tournament. They played some really good football. I really enjoyed watching them. Then going on to France in the semi-finals with Mbappe, with the team they have, with their running in international tournaments, they managed to get through that with Lamine Yamal as well, who is a superb talent, and we can talk more about him in Spain's celebrations, everything. And then England in the final, who were not just overlooked, because England had just managed to win games. No matter whether our football was really bad, we just managed to win the games, which is what counted. So it's not like Spain went into it saying, well, this is one of the easiest games, because also it wasn't. Spain weren't 100% how they had been in the first half. They had to get into the game a bit. Their first goal, Nico Williams as well, someone to talk about. He was really good. Maybe deserving of a signing for this season from like a prestigious club. They got that first goal. I think us equalising really helped, but then late on, you could sort of see it coming. You could maybe see, I think there was just a goal coming in general. I think England could have had a break on maybe, and Cole Palmer looked really good when he came on. One of the only games, sadly, in the Euros that he was like playing well in one of the games after he came on. A lot of players in the England side should have, I think, got more game time. Gordon should have got more game time. Foden managed to play 7 games, 007, no assists, no goals in 7 games, which for a player like Foden, with the season he's had, I don't know how he's managed to do that in the Euros. It's really diminished his quality from last season, because that would have rounded it off coming into next season as well with Manchester City. But back to Spain, fantastic team. Lots of their players, Olmo as well, really stood out for me. They deserved to win the tournament. They ended up winning the tournament. So congratulations to Spain. Well done. And some brilliant football played from them and the teams that they had to beat as well, like France and Germany and Austria. Even their group, Italy and Croatia, somehow just really good from Spain. They've had some celebrations. There's been, I'm tired actually of Cucurella's song. If you haven't heard it, then just go and search up Cucurella's song, Celebrations. It's popping up everywhere. It's everywhere. I'm sick of it. I'm really sick of it. Morata, they're all singing songs. I believe Yamal did something to do with one of Neymar's old celebrations. That was pretty cool. Him and Nico Williams, just like this amazing duo pair for Spain. But Morata was saying, like, where's Musiala? And he ended up getting over him in the team of the tournament, which is not something Morata should be proud of. I think Morata had a really good tournament. And I think if Musiala didn't have as good of a tournament as he did, then Morata would have got in the team of the tournament. Team of the tournament, if you haven't seen, it's got a lot of Spanish players. Obviously, Lamine Yamal, I think it has Williams in. It must have Nico Williams in. And then, randomly, Kyle Walker's just popped up at right back from nowhere. I mean, I wouldn't say he had a shocking final. I think he had a fairly average tournament. You know, he was one of our better defenders, but didn't really stand out. I think he got the look of not having many other right backs stand out as much as he did, so maybe deserved the right back spot on this team of the season. But there's a lot of players on there as well. Some weird, and Nico Williams, Olmo, maybe was on there. I haven't had a massive look at the midfield, but it's a bit like, remember in 2018, James Rodriguez, he got that amazing transfer to Real Madrid after his brilliant 2018 World Cup. There could be something like that. If I can pronounce his name, Kvaratskhelia. He was really good. He stood out for me, and he is probably deserving of a big transfer as well. There's quite a lot of players, and the big thing now, back to England, is that Southgate is gone. Like, a couple of days after the tournament, it was shaping up to be like that, and people were talking about in the tournament whether if he wins the tournament or loses it, will he just get sacked no matter what. I think it was always coming. It is his time, and it's sort of like when managers retire, you give them a lot of respect and praise for what they've done. Obviously he's not retired, but it's sort of like that. It's like a funeral where you can't really look at the negative bits at the moment for Southgate. You just have to praise what he's done with the team. He's taken them really far, and let's be honest, 2018 World Cup semi-final, World Cup quarter-final in 2022, I don't know why, 2020 European Cup final as well, and now obviously another final against Spain, which we didn't particularly deserve to win, which is fine, but he manages to get us to these big places, and he's taken the team really far, and that's something that we should praise him for and be positive about. Now, there are some potential replacements. Obviously, Eddie Howe. I mean, I've seen like Maurizio Pochettino on there. There's even some other nationalities, maybe like, who knows, Jurgen Klopp, but Graham Potter, actually, who I would pick Graham Potter. And the arguments against him is that he's sort of the boring choice. Is it basically just Southgate 2.0? And has he been out of the game too long after Chelsea? And will he just do the same thing as Chelsea? At Chelsea, he went there, got tons and tons of criticism, and he just suddenly had, from Brighton, he had this massive media attention on him. He's going to have even more at the England job, but I think he'll suit the team. I think he'll suit the players, and I think his playing style will suit the team. He's an attacking manager. We saw it with what he did at Brighton. We've seen it somewhat at Chelsea. I don't think he had the right players then with what Todd Bowley did with the signings. But aside from that, Potter's got a good team to work with, and when he has that, when he can just relax, look at the team and think, well, you know, the Euros, we've learned that defensive football, well, luckily we managed to win the games, but we need to play more attacking, we need to play more creative football. I think Potter's the man for that. Eddie Howe's a potential one, but I think he'll be focused on Newcastle. He won't want to. That's another thing with Graham Potter, that if he comes, he can just focus on England, a bit like how Southgate has. And Eddie Howe will be to focus on club football, Newcastle, with where they've got to last season as well. But that's mostly all for the Euros. I mean, Mbappe's tournament, I guess you could say, wasn't as amazing as it was presented to be. But, you know, you can have your own opinions on that. I don't think it was that bad. He was just average Mbappe, and we've seen it with what he could potentially do at Real Madrid, how in these big tournaments against big clubs, he doesn't particularly shine through as much as he does at PSG, because at PSG he's playing in Ligue 1, and it's not the amount of competition that comes with the Champions League, with the World Cup. Well, his World Cup forms was amazing, but this Euros is very on and off with different tournaments. He had his Real Madrid presentation. He must have been studying Ronaldo's before it. He got out of the Euros and then just went and studied Ronaldo's Real Madrid presentation. It was so similar to it as well. And walking out, I think Real Madrid were very smart with how they presented it. They had all their trophies just lined up, tons of them lined up. All their 15 now Champions Leagues as well, and it was a really good presentation. Again, Real Madrid are looking very scary. I think if I am going to do my predictions all for next season, but the Champions League winners easily, I believe. Like, who can really challenge that team? Mbappe, they've obviously got Bellingham now, who didn't really have a brilliant Euros, apart from coming up in those big moments with the overhead kick and everything. They've got, and Vinicius Jr. as well. They've got a brilliant team, and managing to win it last season fairly comfortably with the team they had, and then adding to it now with Mbappe is really going to help them. And Modric as well has signed another deal, I believe, till 2025. A scary team that the Champions League is going to need to watch out for. And now we've got Lena Euro has signed a deal with Manchester United. Can this one be different? He's a centre back. I've watched a couple of his games for Lille. He sort of has every attribute you'd want for that Man United team. He's a very good player. We saw he put a story on of him at the UCL final. Could he have maybe been going to Real Madrid? Did he get an offer to go to Real Madrid? Who knows? I mean, if he did he turn it down for Manchester United? Who knows? Could this signing be different? Because I think, well, Manchester United have just been the club that the example of how not to do business in the transfer window. I mean, Paul Pogba, Sancho, Antony, and Paul Pogba only saying that because they signed him for about 80 million and sold him for free. They are just the example of how not to do business. Could this one be different? Are they maybe changing their strategy? Instead of going for the experienced, very, very world-class players, but are getting too old and come to Manchester United at the wrong point? Or is this a change in strategy where they're going with those young signings for this next generation of Manchester United, with the likes of Garnacho in there as well? So who knows? What do you think this will carry for Manchester United? Do you think he can? I don't know. Do you think he can help Man United bid for something more next season? Who knows? But yeah, I'm back. We're back for next season. We've got the new lovely studio. We're doing a lot of things planned. And thank you so much for watching. If you've watched till here, please discuss the Euros. What do you think of England's Euros in the comments? And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.